Hell, hell, hell. Hell's bells. How you like that? I didn't know that. Greetings, everybody. Holy periwinkle maker. Did you know that James Joyce's Ulysses, the first edition of that book, was actually a paperback? A pulp paperback. I had no idea. You would have thought that something like that would have been a first edition and a hardcover. But no. 1922. Oh, this is more interesting. Just reading about pulps in the New Yorker here. I had no idea about that James Joyce thing. Anyway, I got a whole bunch of stuff to show you. I been organizing back here on all three rooms back here, all three sides of the room, and been going through boxes, been trying to organize, and I've been receiving some boxes, like that big box from Wayne Tech, what I got the other day. I was showing you that in one of the videos, some of the things I got in there. And there's still some other things that I wanted to show you that in there, but maybe in another video. But mainly, I got a lot of stuff. This here, Buona Beast. This is the second appearance of Buona Beast in Showcase 67. And I saw a video not too long ago by Tony Why Not Art, and he showed a copy of this that he had just picked up, second appearance of Buona Beast. So I went and checked. You know, every time I see somebody's video and they pull out something that I kind of think I might have had, I go and start looking around for it to see if I actually do have it, and I did. And I found got some other stuff too here to show you. This is Buona Beast number, well, it's Showcase number 66, but it's the first appearance of Buona Beast by artist Mike Sikowski. And here's another copy of that, Showcase number 64. That was from, what was it, 19... what's the year in here? I don't even know what the... Let me check the year. I'm not sure. 1967. So, interesting thing about this, I think Sikowski got the idea for the name Buona Beast from the first 3D movie called Buona Devil. That was that came out in 1952, and I believe that was the first 3D film. And I think that's where Sikowski got the idea for the name of this comic. Was from there. But interesting take on the Tarzan the Jungle Man. Tarzan the Jungle Man. Here we have a Super Tarzan the Jungle Man. And I got this here. First appearance of Spider-Man in Detective Comics. First appearance of the Black Spider. And in Detective Comics number 463. And there's been a whole raging controversy going on, you know, about where Stan Lee got the idea, or he didn't actually get the idea for any of that crap. Somebody else came up with the idea for the creation of a character called Spider-Man. I think it was Joe Simon in 1954. And interesting enough, in 1954, this masquerading costume company out there in Brooklyn called Ben Cooper Inc., and I wasn't even aware of this. They had created a Spider-Man costume in 1954 and continued every year. You know, maybe doing some upgrades on the costume, but it was a Spider-Man costume that they created, and they called it Spider-Man. Started in 1954, 8 years before Amazing Fantasy. And I found out about the Ben Cooper costume because another YouTuber made me aware of it. William, I think his name is William Medina. He made me aware of something, of a newspaper article from the New York Post called the $1 Billion Spider-Man Cover-Up. And I don't have the papers down here, but I did make some copies of the whole article. But you can Google it, the $1 Billion Spider-Man Cover-Up. Google it. William Medina made me aware of it. And thank you, sir, if you're watching this. I appreciate that. But they talk about that. And it's interesting because, you know, I had always thought that when Joe Simon claimed in that he created Spider-Man, came up with the idea for a Spider-Man character in 1954, 55, he got the idea from Ben Cooper as well. Because it's curious. He came up with the idea in the same, you know, time frame that Ben Cooper produced a costume called Spider-Man. And you ought to see the pictures of this. I mean, it looks just like Spider-Man, except, you know, the costume was yellow. And later on, it had a plastic emblem, spider on the chest. And there's a whole bunch of curious things about that, because in 1962, Ben Cooper approached Martin Goodman in Marvel Comics. And it's curious because Ben Cooper then was awarded the very first franchising deal for you know, not a franchising deal, you know, to be able to I can't get the words out of my mouth now, to be able to provide a costume with the name Spider-Man on it. And then at that point in '62, you know, Marvel had, I don't know what the agreement was, or whether they came to an agreement with Ben Cooper, and, you know, Ben Cooper never talked about it, but they were the first ones that actually, that was the first piece of merchandising, was the Spider-Man costume, and it was by Ben, you know, put out by Ben Cooper, and Ben Cooper then changed the whole color of the costume that they had always been producing in yellow. The Spider-Man name and the Spider-Man costume was then changed to, you know, the blue and red that we see. But it's very interesting. Just Google it and check it out. This is Hawkman number 4, which is the first appearance of Zatanna. This is from 1964. It's in pretty nice shape, except it's got a stain right there, right on the bottom. But otherwise, it's pretty nice condition. First appearance of Zatanna. Then I have the second appearance of Zatanna in the Atom, number 19, and I think this is a Nick Cardy cover. No, a Gil Kane cover. That's the second appearance of Zatanna. And then I have here to show you Showcase number 68, which is a parody of the Monkees. This is the first appearance of the Maniacs, and it's meant to be it was a takeoff on the popular TV show band the Monkees. And let's see what year. This got to be 67. Yep. Pages are a little cream colored here. And that's usually about as deep as I'll go, you know, for page color is cream. I don't like going anything beyond that, you know. It starts getting tan, I don't like it. And that's the other thing that bothers me a lot. When you go on eBay or other websites, auction sites, and try to buy something from a lot of sellers, they never give you the page quality, you know. And you always gotta ask. You always gotta ask. You know, they have some stuff listed in very fine plus 8.0, and you'd think that if they graded that in that high of a grade, it would have off-white to white pages, but no, it comes back with sometimes with 10 pages. And I have to argue with these people. There's no way that this is 8.0, not with 10 pages, you moron. Here's another copy of that book. This has nicer pages. These pages are off-white. Off-white to white pages. And doesn't this look like Gwen Stacy here? What's she doing with the monkeys on the cover of a DC comic book? See what else I got? Oh, I got a bunch of weird mystery. I've been trying to get this run completed. It only went to issue 24, Weird Mystery Tales from DC. This is issue 24. There's another copy. Oops, a higher grade copy of 24. Hey, where's my drink? What the hey? There's not enough to kill you in there. And like I always say, I'm not crazy. I said that before. I'm not just gonna dip. I can't find my my swizzle stick, so I got to use this. Well, this is what I open my packages with and everything. But I'm not that nuts. I'm not just gonna start using the scissors for a swizzle stick without at least disinfecting it with a Lysol rag. Get some of that on there. Yeah. Oh, I hate these straws. Look at that. They're not meant for tall glass. The pineapple got all... Oh, brother. There it goes. That's why it's good to have your stuff in plastic. You must be nuts. Oh, that's a lot better. Weird Mystery number 23. This has a Wally Wood story in it, I think. I'm pretty sure. I gotta take it out now to find out. Pretty sure it's got a Wally Wood story in here. Nope, that ain't it, the quiz show. What was it called? It was called something... Currency something. I remember the story, kind of. Where is it? Here it is. What? Oh, fair exchange. Like I'm thinking of currency exchange, but it's fair exchange. Art by Wally Wood. There you go. It's a nice, nice copy too. I gotta rebag and board this stuff, you know. And if you see these prices on there, nope, that ain't what I paid for it. $14.99. No. It's all at least half price what I paid. Here's Weird Mysteries number 22. Another copy of 22. Oh, now this one here. This is a Bernie Wrightson cover. Number 21. And he does a story. He does the main story in here, Death Stalkers of the North. He also does that the artwork for that story. Deadly Stalkers of the North, not Death Stalkers. Deadly Stalkers of the North. Then I got number 20. Whatever happened to, you know, these kind of comics, you know, that they used to publish? You don't see much of it around anymore. Everything evolves around superhero genre. This is number 19. This is in pretty low grade right there, but I do have actually I got a couple of copies in higher grade. This one has a story by Rob Conire, who was co-creator of The Flash with Carmen Infantino. Bob Conire did the script for The Flash in 1956, and this is did a story in here. Here's number 18. There's a nice cover. Ernie Chan cover. Ernie Chan cover. Right down there. Very hard to see, man, but he kind of... You normally would never even be able to tell that that was his signature in there. It's just two initials. Yeah, that's very, very weird. But Ernie Chan cover. Here's number 17. I think this is also a cover by Ernie Chan. Yes. Oh, here you can see it better. See that? The way he signed it right there looks like a EC. Right down there. EC. Ernie Chan. Now this one I don't know. And this is number 13. There's a LD down there. LD. Initial right over there. So that could be Louis Dominguez. Louis Domingo. Domingo, I can't recall, but that's probably Louis. Here's number 11. This is in low grade. I like the cover though. I gotta get a newer copy of this. Got some staining going on and a lot of creasing and stuff. But I'm glad I still have it to read. This is number Weird Mystery Tales number 9. I love this cover. The Boy with the Evil Power. There's another copy of that in higher grade. There's number 8. There's number 6. This is a cover by Jack. I love this cover. It's by Jack Sparling. And the only reason I know it's by Jack Sparling is because I wrote it on the back. But it's a really nice cover. I love covers like this, and I'm a big horror fan anyway. Weird Mystery Tales number 5. I'm not sure who did this cover. I've got another copy of it here. Nope, don't know who did the cover on that, but it's a pretty cool cover. Next, I got number 4. This is a cover by Jim Aparo. Big, underrated artist, man. I've always said that. He was an underrated artist. There's another copy of that Jim Aparo cover. Some nice detail, you know. I don't know. It seems like today's artists they're moving away from all the little detail and going into more of an animated style, manga style. I don't know. It's just anyway. Here's number 3. Weird Mystery Tales number 3. Oh, cover by Nick Cardy, who did a lot of the Aquaman covers. Nick Cardy. And there's also there's a story and artwork in here by Jack Kirby. Weird Mystery Tales number 3. Here's another lower grade copy of it. It's got a tear, big chunk out of it right there. But again, you know, it has I forget what the name of the story is. I think it's called The Burners or The Burning. And it's a story that's drawn and written by Jack Kirby. Here's Mystery Tales number 2. There's another story in here that's penciled by Jack Kirby. Another copy of that. That's got the Titanic cover on there, sinking Titanic. And Weird Mystery Tales number 1. The lead story in here. The cover is by Mike Kaluta. The cover, and I think the lead story is also by Mike Kaluta. But there's also Jack Kirby in here with there's another copy of that. Mystery Tales number 1. Another copy of Weird Mystery Tales number 1. And then I had another copy that I showed you already, though, I think. Let's see here. Oh. I don't know where it went. The hell? Hell's bells, where'd it go? Shite. I had another one that was graded, and I don't know where the hell it is. There's Shazam. Oh, wait, here it is. 8.0 Weird Mystery Tales number 1. The interesting thing about this Weird Mystery Tales number 1 is Jack Kirby, Bernie Wrightson has some art were going on in here. It was what I understand, what I read is that Bernie Wrightson did the figure in here of the character Destiny. And what an interesting title, a long title for this story. The Horoscope Phenomenon, or Which Queen of Ancient Sumeria? The Horoscope Phenomenon, or which queen of Ancient Sumeria? Oh no, this is Destiny. This is the character Destiny right here. This guy. That's Bernie Wrightson drew that. And the other stuff that you see here was drawn by Jack Kirby. And that's the interesting thing here. Oh, you got, look at that, man. On one page, you got Bernie Wrightson and Jack Kirby together on one page, man. Isn't that something? This character, Destiny, was originally destined for a magazine called Spirit World. I have that. I got it up back here. I should show that to you. Oh man, I should have got that down. Let me have a sip of my cocktail over here. Somehow, I don't know if it ever even made it into the Spirit World magazine, which was all Jack Kirby. Hold on, I have a bunch of them here. Ow, 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 ow. Something poking me in my butt. I have gone through a lot of stuff. And I labeled the boxes and things. Of course, Warner was around here. Right here. I got it. I got it. Oh. 1971 here. Oh boy. Man, arthritis. See? I got a whole bunch of them. This was meant to be an ongoing, but it only had one issue, and then that was the end of that. Called Spirit World. It has Neil Adams pencils and inks. It's got Jack Kirby layouts, Jack Kirby interiors. The cover is Neil Adams pencils and inks. It also has a giant poster on the inside of it, and this was I guess more or less an experiment that Kirby was trying. Get rid of that damn tape. Was this 1970? Let me double check this, the year in this. Mm, 1971. It's an interesting magazine, a cult magazine, and what Kirby did was he took stories of the occult and the supernatural, and then he turned them into a sequential art form. Took the stories and made them sequential art. And I guess the figure of Destiny, what I showed you here, this character right there with the cloak, he was originally destined for this magazine, but it looks as though he never made it, so they used it for Weird Mystery Tales instead. There's some of the Jack Kirby artwork in there. Now, yeah, it has, you know, the stories, documented stories, whether they're actually true or not. They've been documented, though, that something happened, and Kirby just took the stories that he read about, and then he turned them into sequential art, and it's pretty interesting. There's another. Sorry about my fingers there. A story about witchcraft. I guess this one woman keeps on having dreams, you know, and she's the reincarnation of a witch, and you know, and it was a documented story, and so that was used by Kirby to reproduce it into sequential art. Let me put that away there for a second here. It's interesting to see the Kirby artwork here like this in the black and white, and it's got a tone of I don't know, I forget what they call this, but it's got a, it's not strict black and white. There is a like an off color to it, it's sort of a really dark green. Ooh. Well, I can't find Destiny in this magazine anywhere, so this was a very, very interesting Jack Kirby endeavor. You don't see too many people showing this or having it in their collection. I don't know why. It's not. I don't think that it's an extremely difficult item to find. Here, and this one, the poster is loose in this magazine, so I can show you the poster. Not much of a poster, if you ask me, but oh, it was upside down. Sorry. It's called Souls, and that's the poster you get inside. At any rate, if you have an opportunity, I definitely think it's worth, if you're a Jack Kirby fan, it's definitely worth picking up. Spirit World. With Neil Adams' artwork and inks on the cover. He did the cover. And Oh, I got a few copies of it here. Keep that in mind. And yeah, this is so many great artists can be found in this series, Weird Mystery Tales. So it's something that if you enjoy comic books, enjoy the artwork, and enjoy you know, horror anthology titles, this would be a great title to start collecting, and should be relatively easy to complete. You know, all the books in here are not expensive unless you buy from some of the dealers that are asking some, you know, totally outrageous prices for it. I had one guy that I seen on eBay. For this, he called a rare Titanic sinking cover. He wanted like $50 for it. Rare Titanic sinking cover. $50. You moron. I mean, what the hell? You can buy this from my comic shop for about $5. $50. You know, and that's, I don't know. But at any rate, you know, let's see, wait a minute, this was, I'm all confused, what did I do? Alright, well that's all what I got for you right now. That last video I did went on way too long, so I'm going to make a part 2 of this, and then I don't know when I'm going to upload them. I might not upload these for a couple days. I don't know. But at any rate, that's all what I got for you right now. But I got, you know, a whole... You can't see it, but there's 2 boxes here of stuff that I want to show you too. So, and I set up the microphone so the volume should be louder. So I'm hoping it's going to work. Let's put it over on this side instead of on this side. So we'll see how that works out. If I could have it in the middle somehow, hanging down from there, but I don't think I can do that. At any rate, thanks for watching and for sticking with me this long, and I hope to see you all next time. Take care.